fifth season, right? Like, that's pretty impressive. That means 3 Super Bowls, right? Like, just speak to that in being with this organization first and foremost.
Well, really, it's my 8th season, and I've really been blessed, man. Just having the opportunity to be here with Coach Reed, Hall of Fame coach, Coach Steve Spagnuolo on his side with the defense. It's just been a truly blessing for me.
What does it mean to be originally a Howard guy, and then you finished up at Tuskegee, even coached at Bethune-Cookman? You know, to be in this position where you're looking for the 4th Super Bowl.
Well, I think it's very important because it gives me a chance to let other players, coaches from HBCU know that they can make it to the NFL at the biggest stage of coaching. It doesn't matter where you come from. We have the same capability to do the best at our job, and I think it's a great opportunity.
Yes, was coaching something you always? So you were a quarterback when you played.
Yeah, I did. I definitely played quarterback at Howard and finished up at Tuskegee. But coaching was my ministry, man. I thought I wanted to be a U.S. Marshal last year at Tuskegee. That wasn't for me. I went back talking to the coaches there at Tuskegee, and I fell in love with coaching.
A U.S. Marshal? Like, how? Speak about that. That's actually pretty cool, number one. Number two, sounds like it could be pretty exciting. Talk about what led you to want to do that?
I thought I wanted to do it, but
what made you not want to do it? Let me put it like that.
I did an internship at the Federal Defenders of Montgomery.
Okay.
And that whole semester was not fulfilling for me. Okay. So I was like, well, what is fulfilling for me? And that's mentoring young men.
Yeah, real cool. You know, speak to your path to get to this point in the National Football League, because not everybody makes it. Number one, coming from an HBCU as a player, a lot of times even as a coach, you get caught up. There's plenty of coaches that probably should be at this level that aren't. So speak to that, the path, and now being again in the with the Chiefs specifically.
Well, I'm truly blessed, man. Once I graduated from Tuskegee, I started 2014 at FAU, and from there I was a high school head coach at the age of 24 at my alma mater, LA Grove in Revere Beach. And then a guy that recruited me at Howard was the head coach at the time, Terry Sims at Bethune-Cookman. And I reached out to Coach Sims, interviewed for him. I was able to get the quarterback GA. And one that offseason in January, they had the Pro Bowl finally in Orlando. And a compliance guy backed out to go help with Troy Vincent and the football operations side. Coach Sims asked me what I wanted to go, and I went. Ended up, long story short, having a breakfast with a young gentleman. He wasn't young, but I was talking to Emmett Thomas, Hall of Famer that went to Bishop College, which is an HBCU.
Yeah.
And then from there, I met Terry Cruz that went to HBCU.
Yep.
And those two gentlemen introduced me to Coach Reed. And I thank God I was at the right place at the right time. Been here 8 years.
Man, can you speak to, because that's the thing, like it's the connections. Emmett Thomas, Bishop State, Ted Cruz, South Carolina State, I forget where, I think South Carolina State, right? Where he did his thing under the legendary Bill Hamilton. So speak to that, and really guys being in the position, knowing the HBCU landscape, because to your point, you're an HBCU guy. Those guys are HBCU guys. If those guys hadn't been HBCU guys, you never know if that may have happened.
That's definitely right. I think me being an HBCU guy helped the conversation click. So I think it was very important for me being an HBCU guy. It helped my whole career.
Now, my understanding, this is your last year. You're going to Nebraska next year as what?
As the D-line coach.
Okay, so kind of speak to that, because I know you're an assistant D-line coach now with the Chiefs. And I guess it's, kind of, now you get to run the defensive line. Like, you're not the assistant. You get to kind of run it at a very high level.
Yeah, I think it's very important. I get a chance to go to a powerful P4 school. Nebraska with a great alumni, great fan base, with Coach Rule, great structure, and I'm looking forward to it here in a couple weeks.
Speak to how maybe, that will help to advance your career.
I think it's very important. I think by going there, getting the experience, either to come back to the NFL or stay in college, I think it helped my career to develop even more.
Head coach at the National Football League level? I mean, I'm sure that's what you're striving to be, right?
I don't know yet. Okay. Probably college level. I don't know that yet.
Okay, what is it? What is it about you? Like you said, young men. You did say that, and when you get to this level, it's a little bit different because the guys are getting paid and all that. Not that they aren't at that level too, in the college level. But I guess to your point, it goes back to maybe mentoring young men, right? And that may be why you could lean more towards maybe being a head coach at the college level.
That's definitely correct. You know, I'm happy you said it, not I. But I think it's very important for me to go to Nebraska, and it's always my dream to be a college head coach. So why not chase it if I have the opportunity?
Speak to the preparation for this game and how, Chris Jones, I know Patrick Mahomes, I got it, and Andy Reid, I understand. But the best offseason signing a couple of years ago was Chris Jones. You don't have Chris Jones, you may not be here. Speak to the defensive line as a whole, and then that guy in particular and how good he is.
Well, me and Coach Cullen, we do a phenomenal job preparing these guys and attacking the front. It all starts with the front. I think it's very important that we keep working hard together, and with Chris Jones, Charles Minihue, George Kalafis, Mike Pinnell, all the guys in the room, man, has came together to rush this run and stop the run as well.
How crazy is that for you that you may have 4 Super Bowl rings with the Kansas City Chiefs as you go on to your next, your next iteration in your life?
It's a surreal moment. I can't really comprehend it sometimes, but I've been blessed, man.
Okay. All right, appreciate it, man.